guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look right here. It's a warm winter look. I've really been doing a bunch of purples and none of my purples seem to be working out. So putting a peach in the cut crease, I mean not in the cut crease, in the crease area really helps bring out the purple that I wanted, and this is a purple look that I feel like it works for the winter time. Now the lip might be a little bright for your liking, but if you like, you can pair it with a brown lip, you can pair it with a nude lip. I paired it with more of a peachy tone lip, which is cool. You know, you want to bring some of that warm weather back into this winter weather. So to keep up with me, make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. I will have all that listed down below, and I will put it up here somewhere. For product review, make sure that you follow my blog, which will also be listed down below and down here somewhere. And to see how to get this warm peachy purple, this warm peachy purple, make sure that you stay tuned and keep watching. Keep watching. Okay, so the first thing you want to make sure that you do is to prime your face. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Primer, and what can I say? I've really been loving this primer. I'm not sure why. I hate the smell, but I like how it does smooth out the pores, and it's only $6, so I mean, you really can't go wrong there. I'm focusing on, my areas that have the larger pores, which is around my nose, that area. And then I'm going in with foundation. The Lancome Tinted Idole Ultra 24 makeup is actually one of my favorites. This is in the shade 220 Bisque Neutral, but sometimes it can be a little light. So to give myself a little tan, I'm using the Clinique Beyond Perfect Foundation and Concealer 2-in-1, and I am using the shade 24 Golden, which is obviously way too dark for me. I'm just buffing all that in using a Real Techniques foundation brush. At least I think it's a foundation brush. That's what I use it for. And if you all have been following my channel, you may notice that I've been loving using the Beauty Blender to blend out my foundation even after using a brush. Now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit in the color Chocolate. So I'm just going to place that all over the perimeter of my face. I'm going to contour my cheeks, and I'm going to contour my nose. The brush that I'm using for my nose is an EcoTools angled brush. And then right here I'm using a fluffy dual fiber brush. I find that the dual fiber brushes do a great job of blending out the cream contours, and I just love the way they look. As you can see, it's just blending it out so effortlessly. And that has been the look I'm going for. So I'm going in with my nose with the Real Techniques brush. This is a eyeshadow brush, but it works really well on blending out cream concealer. And so here I'm using the cream contour in Nude, and this is coming out of the contour kit for Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Deep palette, so it's one of the darkest palettes that they have. So I'm just using that to clean up where I contoured. And I'm using the Beauty Blender for that. The Beauty Blender is going to be your best friend when it comes to any type of cream products, especially for anything under your eyes or around your face. It just helps blend it out so effortlessly. Now I'm setting my entire face with the Airspun Loose powder in the shade Translucent. This is a very fragrant powder, but it is inexpensive. It's a drugstore powder. You can get it from Walgreens. It's a really nice powder. Now for under my eyes, I'm going to highlight using the Nars Creamy Concealer in the shade Ginger and the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Cool Tan. I mix these two because the shade Ginger can be a little light for me, so mixing it with Cool Tan just helps it blend better with my skin tone. And of course, again, I'm using that Beauty Blender. I'm telling you, this is going to be your best friend. It's a great investment. So now that I've finished with my face, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to setting under my eyes. I'm using this banana shade in the Dulce de Leche. It's the contour kit by Wet n Wild, It's about $3.99, really inexpensive, and it's a great powder. For under my eyes, I like to typically bake under my eyes, more so closer towards my nose, but I like to do this because I like to do my foundation first, and when I bake, I kind of use that as a way to clean up any type of fallout. I've tried it the other ways, and I just like it this way better. So today I'm going to be doing my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and that's what I'm going to use for my eyeshadow. I'm going to prime my eyes with the MAC 24-Hour Extended Eye Base, and we're going to set that with a powder. Alright guys, so I already did one eye. This is the glue for my lashes is still drying. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on the other. As you all know, I've already primed my eye with the 24-Hour Eye Base by MAC, and the reason why I like that primer is because it gives a tacky consistency and it really adheres to the eyeshadow, causing the eyeshadow or resulting in the eyeshadow lasting all day. I can put an eyeshadow on in the morning, and with that eye base it'll stay on all day. It will not budge, it will not fade, it will stay in place all day. And usually if you have oily lids, that's a good thing. So let's move on to the next step. I love how these things smell. I love how it smells. So to start off, I'm going to set my base and do my brow bone highlight by using the color White Peach in the Sweet Peach palette. And I'm using a patting motion and then sweeping it down to my brow bone. Now for my transition color, I'm going in with the color Georgia, which is just this soft peachy color. Then I'm using this fluffy dome brush. You can use any fluffy brush you have. This is the Sigma. No, this is a Zoeva brush. I'll have it listed down below. So I'm just kind of putting that all in the crease just so that I have a smooth transition color. And this will help with the other colors so that it all fades from dark to light. Now moving on to my crease color. This is my favorite color in the entire palette. This is called Candied Peach, and of course there's no other way to describe it but a peach color. So I'm using that exact same brush and I'm putting that just a little bit lower in the crease area, and I'm using back and forth sweeping motions and small circular motions towards the inner and the outer part of the eyelid. Now using this flat concealer brush, I'm going to go in with this eye base, which is more of a flesh tone eye base. This is the NYX. They only have like three. They have like a nude, they have a white, and then you have one that has like a pearlescent shade. This one is really good to carve out your eyelid because I have hooded lids. A lot of the times when I look up, my eyelids do touch my crease and it can mess up everything. So I do this just to make it a little easier. Now I'm going in with the color Peach Pit, which is this kind of like maroonish purple. And I'm using this flat Sephora eyeshadow brush to just pack that color on. I'm just going to pack it in all the spaces that I put the eye base, and I'm going to take my brush, the same flat brush, and try to smooth out the edges as much as possible. I want to keep the color on the eyelid and try to keep it away from the center of the lid, and I'm just sweeping it back and forth, and then I'm going to go back in with my dome eye brush. You want something that's soft, something that's fluffy, and something that's going to help blend out those lines. As you can see, it's a harsh line at first, and as I do these small circular motions, sweeping back and forth, they kind of blend out and blur out a little bit more. This does take patience, but it looks really nice when you're done. Now for my inner highlight, I'm going to use the color Nectar, which is this really pretty peachy shimmery color, and I'm going to use a pencil brush. I'm just going to put that on the inner tear duct, the center of my eye, and then I'm going to go back in with that same brush. It has no additional product, and kind of blend it out. Now we're going to sweep away that baking powder, and I sweep it lightly under the eye and then I press it by where my nose is. You can even see where it's absorbed some of the oils. Okay, so we're going to go right back to this face. So right now I'm spraying my face with Fix Plus, and that's just because it was looking a little powdery. And then I'm taking my beauty blender and kind of just, helping everything to settle into place. Now I'm taking this nude eyeliner by Rimmel, and I'm just going to place that in my waterline. And this is just going to give me a more awake appearance, and it just kind of opens up the eyes a little bit. And then I'm going back into that Peach Pit color, which is that maroon, like purpley color, and I'm going to put that all over the lower lash line. I'm not going to drag that too far down because this look, I'd like it to be really wearable for every day. And then I'm just going to take this dome foot brush and I'm going to dip it into the Peach Nectar, the Candied Peach, and I'm going to put that right over top. And now I'm going in with this mascara just to, darken up my lower lashes. I don't have really thick lower lashes, but that's okay. Now I'm using this brush that doesn't have any additional product, it just has like leftover concealer, and I just kind of cleaned up the edges. Moving on to the rest of my face, I'm going back into that Dulce de Leche Duo palette by Wet n Wild and a angled brush, and I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my face and contour my nose. This is, I believe it's Indecent by Urban Decay, and it's a neutral peachy blush. It's very like toned down, it's not very bright. It's really nice, especially for this look since there's a lot going on. And now I'm going into this Becca highlight, which is, I believe it's Gold Champagne, and it's a liquid highlight, and so I'm putting this all over the high points of my face. And for my actual highlight, I'm using Gold Deposit by MAC. For women of color, this is a great highlighter. It looks really dark in the pan, but it actually isn't that dark when you put it on. And now I had a hard time picking which lip color I was going to use. So for my lips, I'm using Chestnut by Wet n Wild. This is a lip liner. It's only $1 and it's really good. And I'm using this peachy color, which I can't remember the name of it, but I will have it listed down below. This is by ColourPop. It's one of their lippie sticks. I kind of forgot about it for a while, but it was so bright that I wanted to tone it down a little bit, so I used a little bit of Pure Hollywood by Anastasia Beverly Hills just to give it more of a nude lipstick with a peachy undertone. And then I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. That pretty much concludes my tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you follow the steps. Please excuse the clothes on my bed. Yeah, and if you all enjoyed, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, beauties, have a happy holiday.